you can only watch it for the first time once. It'll be interesting to see what we catch and what we don't.
This is our only first time.
We know that it's a serialized show.
Have you ever played the video game Mass Effect?
Okay, Tolkien, chill
Putting
out.
some little breadcrumbs.
Jean Paré Chuckle Nugget.
Question.
This is where Babylon 5 is becoming Babylon 5.
We have the most incredible community out there.
Feels like we're going to continue to go down this rabbit hole.
I was right.
Just trying to put the pieces together.
I was right.
I'm the king, baby.
What? Are you kidding me? Here I go back to Dune, as I often
We're
do.
officially into it, Jeff. 100%
So good.
It was so completely accurate.
That was great. I love that.
Definitive ranking. I can keep watching the show.
I love it so much.
The year is 2026. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5, for the second time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the second time. My name is Brent Allen.
And I'm Jeff Akin. Brent and I used to be Star Trek podcasters, and then we watched Babylon 5 for the first time, and everything changed. Now we're watching this incredible series for the second time because Babylon 5 is one of the only shows that you get to watch for the first time twice.
But in doing so, Jeff, we are still searching for sci-fi messages. You know, we found a bunch in the first watch.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch more that we've missed. Ones that we didn't know, ones that we've been able to research, but also just new things. We've grown as people. Things have changed. So we are still searching for those sci-fi messages. We have a litmus test that we use, Jeff. Kind of a three-part. It's not, this is not the end-all, be-all, but this helps us out. It goes by this. We're looking for messages that hold up a mirror to society, messages that give us hope that things can be better in the future, or messages that just tell us how to be better human beings to one another. Now, one thing, a little caveat. Because we covered it ad nauseum, maybe not ad nauseum, we covered it a lot in our first watch. The mirror to society litmus test, we're probably not going to hit a ton on this particular viewing.
It's there. We know it.
It's there. We know it. We have discussed it. You know, I mean, I say that now.
We'll see what happens.
We may wind up in a rabbit hole. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to acknowledge that. Now, that being said, Jeff, I have to issue a warning.
Yes, you do.
This is a warning to all the folks out there who have not watched Babylon 5 for the first time for themselves. This is your spoiler warning. From this point forward, anything from any part in the franchise, any part in the universe of Babylon 5, in canon, out of canon, whatever, is all fair game for Jeff and I to talk about. Right? This is your spoiler warning. If you have not watched this show for the first time, stop the show. I would never tell you to stop a show mid-show, but I'm going to tell you to stop this one. Go back to our first watch where that one is completely spoiler-free. Join us there. And when you catch up with us here, make sure you say hi. But this is just your warning. I can't force you, but we're going to talk about stuff way forward down the line. I promise you that.
Well, today, Brent, we're watching an episode called Voices of Authority. Do you happen to remember what you thought of this one the first time we watched it?
Oh, I more than happen to remember. I do remember.
Yeah, wow.
I really like this episode. I like this episode a lot. This is the episode where we get Chicky.
Yeah, right?
We get Chicky. I remember the feeling like this one was kind of dirty. Not like, I mean, well, yeah, it had some NSFW type stuff, but you know, it more of the 1984 vibe to this one. Felt real icky. We could kind of see where everything was going out of this one. I remember that, like, this sort of pointed us in a pretty good direction. But I also, in hindsight, remember being very disappointed that Chicky never comes back.
Right?
I thought she'd be so good to add to the cast, bring some real tension, because that's what Babylon 5 needs, is more tension.
Totally. It's lacking big time in that.
But regardless, she just brought such a cool dynamic and a cool chemistry. Could have used a little less of her accent. I don't know if you remember that there, Jeff. But outside of that, I really, really, I really enjoyed everything about Chicky. And good Lord, that sounds like I'm so 13 and juvenile. No, like, I enjoy the character and where they're going in this one, withdrawal and all that other stuff too. So yeah. How about you, Jeff?
Why do you call her Chicky? What is that? Like, you'd said something about that like last week, something.
Yeah.
Like, why do you call her Chicky?
Well, there's a story.
Uh-huh.
It's based on a real person. it would take a little longer than we have right now to get into it, but it's a good story. Just let's pick it up kind of towards the end of the show. Okay. All right. More than what we have time for in this particular segment.
Okay.
So,
I'll remind
it's
you.
a good story though. Yeah. Don't let me forget.
Okay. Well, when I watched this the first time, I think I felt a lot of the same that you. I enjoyed it. I thought that it was sharp. I thought it was smart. This was one of the big jabs at Star Trek that Babylon 5 threw, and that's what I mean. We put that it's very much a part of our canon in our outro music, and has been for a very long time. And so I think like this one really stands out. I know there's like a whole other plot that happens, another story in this one. I couldn't tell you anything about it. When I think Voices of Authority, I think Julie Masante with chopsticks in the fresh air restaurant, just preaching the most horrible things you can possibly
Just
imagine.
awful stuff. Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah.
Well, Jeff, that's what we remember, but it's actually on record. Sometimes memory is faulty, but it is on record.
Sometimes, not often, not with us.
Yeah. I went back and I watched our original episode.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what we actually thought of it?
Oh, I'm almost nervous to say yes, but yeah, what did we think?
I'm actually very happy to report our memory is very accurate on this one.
Of course.
We both really liked this episode quite a bit. I had a prediction, and I'm curious if this is where this actually holds up. Jeff, I'm going to ask you to pull up our ranking from the first time around.
Okay.
All right. Because my prediction is by the end of season 3, while this was a good episode and we certainly enjoyed it, this was actually going to be one of the lesser than episodes on the season. Just meaning that's how good season 3 was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this one wind up?
14.
Oh, wait, is that less? That's the bottom half. That's the bottom half. Yes.
Yeah, you nailed it.
All right, there we go. Cool. Yeah, we both, like I said, we both really liked it. We got a cool email. Actually, we had gotten an email back when we first recorded Soulmates, the season 2 episode, which was right around Christmas. And I think we did this one in like May or June. So it was 6 months later, but we just received one of the coolest emails that you and I have ever gotten.
Yeah.
And it told us the story of two people we've just shortened their names to their initials to J and D. J and D were a married couple. You remember this now, right?
Yeah, this
J
is
and
amazing.
D were a married couple that unfortunately had fallen on some pretty hard times as a couple. They were in the midst of divorce proceedings, weren't talking, weren't doing anything. And one of them heard the other one listening to our show on YouTube, poke their head around the corner for Soulmates. And they did the work. Okay, let's be really clear. They did the work. But our show gave them a point of being able to reconnect, and they reconnected and rebonded over Babylon 5 for the first time with Brent and Jeff.
Right.
Like, it was just so super cool. So I remember
that email they talked about. Yeah, so we started watching Babylon 5 and your show together, and at first we were sitting on far opposite ends of the couch, and slowly over time we kind of moved closer and closer together, and then we started going to counseling, and now we're together and we're happy and all these things. And I just have to say, creating something is a lot of work. And a lot of it's invisible and a lot of it is thankless. And it's the work. It's why not everyone does this. Mm-hmm. And 100% there are times, speaking for you, I don't know this, but I'll speak for you, but there are times where it's like, yeah, no, I'm done. Like, there's no gas.
Do
left
I want to
in
keep
tank.
doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I have that little inkling, it is this email that I remember. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Let me go search for silence a little bit longer in this waveform. Like, it keeps me going.
Yeah. It's just such a neat thing. So J and D, if you guys are still with us, if you guys are still listening, regardless of where you guys are, we know, listen, hopefully you guys are just doing great and you're doing strong, and sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Wherever you are, hopefully you're still with us, and we just want to say hi, and we're glad that we could have at least had a positive impact on that part of your life for when we did, and hopefully you're still out there. I'm sure they're still out there, but Anyway, I was in the car and kind of starting to tear up a little bit. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hear where are we going to go. Let's talk about Chickie for a moment, Jeff. We had a lot to say about her.
I bet.
Right?
Yeah.
We're just going to get through it. Chickie, Julie Masante was her name. I referred to her as Chickie. You thought she was going to be like the female Wells.
Right.
And you also hoped that she would stick around quite a bit. But you also kind of called her Liana Kimmer 2.0.
Oh. Feels a little weird, but
it does definitely. Like you though, I actually I'd said with her, with Theo, with Drawl, the new Drawl, by the way, Zach coming in, getting more and more of a thing. Marcus, this new guy, Marcus is back in this episode. When was the last time we saw Marcus?
episode 1.
Okay, this is episode 5, so it's been a bit.
Yeah.
But Marcus is back in this episode, and all this. It just felt like, and we lost Veer. Didn't we lose Veer in the last one?
Last episode.
It just felt like we were adding new cast members to the show. Now, not the 3 who are going to be in every single episode, but those ones that are actually going to have more recurring parts than, I don't know, say a certain hotshot flyboy from season 2.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, that's not exactly.
That's not what
exactly
happened.
what
And
happened.
And Ron over in the council chambers chat said a little bit ago too. I couldn't agree more. You know, Julie Masante is like horrible. Like we see that's the kind of the point of the episode. But Sherry Shattuck, who is the actor who plays her, incredible, fantastic, and like I think we talked a little while ago about Wells, and then trying to the idea of Masante coming on as a thing, just having that on station foil for Sheridan, really, I think we were both kind of feeling that at the time.
Yeah.
So either one of them would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think.
There's a show that I can think of that over the course of its run, it went through a couple different, like station commanders or ship commanders or something. And like the last one they got to was only there for the one season, for the final season. A little bit like, oh geez, her name's slipping my mind now. On this show, lady from season 5.
Lockley.
A little bit like Lockley. But the last one came in as a foil to the rest of the team, not like somebody who's on the good guy side. And it brought such a great dynamic to the show that it really made it a shame that the show ended right then, because like it really felt like it was finding its foot now with this, not having somebody who's like a General Hammond for the team, but like, imagine if Jellicoe would have stayed the captain on Star Trek on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And that would have been, that would have been where we went with it. So it was kind of that situation. Anyway, that would have been nice to have her, have Chickie, Julie Masante, stay here. Her voice, though, very, very much bothered both of us. You said the voice just does not match the face.
Yeah.
At all.
I wonder if it's her, if she's putting on an affect.
You gotta wonder. You really gotta wonder. And again, I think this is where I go back to the Byron thing. Like, if she's not doing it on purpose, she's awful. If she's doing it on purpose, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's one of the two, and I don't know which one it is. It could be either one. Let's talk about Marcus for a moment. We had a lot of good stuff to say about Marcus. You had this idea with him, outside of just how cool we really liked him and how much we noted that he was just going hardcore after Ivanova.
Yeah.
Like we called it out here, like, hey, him and Ivanova, and you and I both know that's going to be a thing.
A little bit of a thing. Yeah.
That's going to be a thing. It literally is the thing that does him in, right? Which I thought was cool. But you had this idea that what was going to happen, kind of like an ongoing story forward, like the new story of Babylon 5 of where we're going. His story is basically going to be Drawl down in the Great Machine, mining the data banks of the Great Machine for information on the first ones. And here's Marcus taking the single White Star that we have at this point.
Yeah. Because
we don't have a fleet. It's just the one, right? And he's going to be going off on adventures to find the first ones and try to recruit them into the cause. And this is what's going to unfold over the course of a couple seasons till we actually get to like Great War, that everybody fights and goes kaboom.
Okay.
That's not at all what happens.
Well,
so failure on your part.
It's him
but that
and
was
Ivanova for like 2 episodes, but
right. But that was a great, that would have been an interesting, like, alt universe. Where is that? Oh, there it is. That's the thing. In an alternate universe, that's exactly what's happening. And on his trip, he winds up in our universe, where Marcus isn't doing any of that. And Marcus is dead because of the thing. He's not frozen. He's sorry. I reject this idea that he's out there frozen somewhere. Don't tell me it's canon. I don't care. I reject it.
I tell you what's canon.
I will tell you. We had a lot to talk about Zach in this one. Zach comes in, he's just the good old boy. And you had a lot with how he interacts with Garibaldi in this one. In some not great ways, I guess. Because he does this thing. He's like, well, Garibaldi, if you trust me, then you'll tell me what the secret code is that you keep spouting out. And you're like, actually, he can't. But that doesn't mean he doesn't trust you, and it's not a non-binary thing. But Zach goes on his own little journey, and we'll get to watch it in this one.
Remember that now.
But we both said that they're doing something with Zach isn't just another Lou who's going to disappear on us. He's going to be around, and you and I both know that Zach is around literally until they blow the station up.
Yep.
So, yay for us! Air high five. We got that one right.
Boom.
I thought the code R7, because that's what they call it. That's their code, for war council meeting. Code R7. I thought it was a booty call. So I'm interested to watch because I don't exactly know what the context of that is. The only thing I can think is if Ivanova comes up to Garibaldi and be like, "Hey, Code 07, what's up?" or something like that.
It's almost like, "Hey, want to go watch some Firefly?"
Hey, want to watch Stargate?
Right?
Yeah, right. which is legit my code with my wife. I'm going to watch Stargate. Anyway.
Yeah, no.
Not going to tell anybody.
Look at
I
that.
can tell anybody that. Yeah, I just throwing it out there. Jeff, you connected. In this planet, we talk about Sigma 957.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you connect that to the planet that Catherine Sakai went to, that Jakar went off and went to rescue her and all that sort of stuff. So
connecting the dots.
There you go. There you go. Now, speaking of connecting the dots, I doubled down pretty hardcore and repeatedly on B5 breaking away from Earth Dome.
Okay.
Which apparently was something I said during the season 2 wrap up.
Yeah.
And it just feels like we're going that direction. It's just what I was saying. We're going in that direction. We're going in that direction. And I wondered what would happen when Earth withdraws its financial support from the station. Turns out that's actually a plot point.
Yeah.
Took quite a bit of what's going on. Back to Zach. One of the things you thought about Zach was you thought he might be one who gets taken out by the Ministry of Peace. Because they talk about taking out certain people who don't have the right train of thought or the right thought police and all that sort of stuff.
And he's been questioning up to this point. So.
Well, because you can't take out Sheridan, Garibaldi, or Ivanova.
Yeah.
You're not going to take out Londo or Jakar right now at this point, or Delenn. You're not going to take out an ambassador. So who's left? We've already taken out Veer. Lanier's pretty solid. Zach seemed like the next right guy. You thought he might get taken out.
Wow.
So, which would be better than just disappearing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Louing his way out of it.
Louing his way out. Oh my gosh. We had a big discussion though about the great nature of the Great Machine. Because Ivanova goes in and she plugs in and she does the thing. But can you just plug and unplug? Great big long discussion over that. Can you unplug just the whole nature? And I got to tell you, as somebody who understands now, I was like, would you guys stop? That's not what it is. But you had a great thing. You said that, I keep calling it a battery, the human battery. You said it's not a battery. I think it's a processor. Mm-hmm. It's like a CPU. It's a processor, which you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. And I capitulated to that.
Good.
But you also thought there would be a lot more other Epsilon 3 machines out there.
Oh, not just the one, but this is a thing.
That there'd be a lot out there. Now, I don't know that we have confirmation that Epsilon 3 is the only great machine out there.
True.
But it's the only one that we've know of or heard of anywhere in the canon. So anyway, we joked that all the draw first one stuff was basically the Force. He's just describing the Force.
All right. Yeah.
It's this thing that exists throughout all living creatures and whatever. We had that. We also said that the first one ships, because we get the big tiki head in this one, their first one ships actually were very reminiscent of shadow ships. I don't remember what that looks like, so I'm very eager to see what that looks like today.
I just remember the big disco ball that sticks out of them.
Something, yeah, I don't know. But and I compared it to the Federation and the Klingon ships over in Star Trek. Like they're very different looking ships, but at their base they have warp nacelles. They have not a saucer section necessarily,
A bridge.
A bridge.
Area.
Yeah, like the basic things are still very. This is what a humanoid ship looks like in the Star Trek universe. Similar thing. Speaking of Star Trek, and this will be my last thing. By we I mean me, had a new thought about the whole Babylon 5 Deep Space Nine thing.
Yeah.
Which we're like, all right, buckle in, because every time we talk about it, basically what I said was they're not ripping each other off. They're just ripping each other. And this was my thought, was basically they're just making fun of each other. And I kind of compared it to the Tupac Biggie East Coast West Coast. Like, yeah, they're gonna beef, they're gonna talk about each other, but like behind closed doors they actually were kind of cool with each other. It's just this was the thing they put out in the universe. And it's things like they're gonna take this character Ducat and turn him into a bad guy, or they're gonna take this cool character of Lita. Well, we're gonna turn her into a hooker. We're going to say you're going to go where everyone's gone before. And this is not a deep space franchise. We mean something. Like, they're just bagging on each other is really all it was. That was my thought. I still like that thought. I know that's not true.
You've stuck with that thought through the whole first watch.
Yeah, sure I did. Well, until we got to like read JMS's autobiography and at least get his side of the story.
Yeah.
Which JMS is I don't want to say he's never lied to us before, but I don't feel like he's ever really lied to us before, like in a significant way like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything to gain from
exactly. Like he's telling, even the whole like Ivanova thing. This is his side of the story. Now there could be other sides, but from his point of view, this is where it was.
Yep, and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, that's where it is. So anyway, those are some of the things that we talked about the first time around, along with a lot of other messages and all sorts of stuff. But Jeff, my question for you is, what'd JMS say about this episode?
He had a lot to say on this one. I kind of condensed a lot of it down. I have one of my favorite things that I've ever heard from JMS is in this one.
Okay.
I'm going to save it for last.
All right.
But let's see. So we've talked before about what is the episode to bring a new viewer in on.
Okay.
And he talked about a while ago, Coming to Shadows. It's great. It's got the drama, it's got the politics, it's got the war, it's got character, it's got a lot of the things, and you can walk in fairly uninitiated and follow along.
Okay.
He says, Voices of Authority is an absolute hoot. If you've been looking to bring in other viewers, it's a good one to start them with because it sets up a lot of what's going to happen, has a lot of background, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So adding to the list of the things to bring people in on. Someone asked a question, as they do. And the way that these are like published out there, they don't say the question, they just like give his answer. And sometimes it's like, and so he starts this one off with, if you're talking about the conference room scene, this is actually just a really cool filmmaking thing. Drawl wasn't put into the scene digitally. You do a split screen with the camera locked off. In one side, Delenn walks over to a point just short of the line. In another, you get a shot just of the wall, then Drawl walks up. You then use a dissolve technique to fade him into the room on his side of the split screen. But he's not being put into the room, he's already there. So he's neither bigger nor smaller than he is in real life, since he is, in real life, there, not added in. I kind of remember that scene a little bit. I'm really eager to watch it and just see, because he's there, like, I think he's like hologrammy sort of there in this space, just to kind of see how he constructed that.
You know what I find interesting about stuff like that? JMS is a writer, but I guess you pick up on this sort of stuff, but he's talking about like filming techniques and stuff like that. Like he's not a director of photography. I guess he did direct a couple of episodes. 2? He directed the pilot and then the finale.
I think, yeah.
Right. Does he have his DGA card?
I wouldn't be surprised, because you know what? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he's directed in other properties as well. Sometimes they're just like, hey, you.
Yeah. I mean, especially if it's his property.
Yeah. Andrew says he only directed the finale.
Only the finale. Okay. Fair enough. And I think he had to be like, if memory serves, he had to be like convinced to do that one.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Maybe.
Which, God, I mean, talk about knocking that one out of the park.
Yeah. Worked out pretty okay.
Yeah.
Because Ivanova reaches out to some first ones, and they don't respond too kindly to her mention of the Vorlons. They say some stuff, right? And I remember we talked about this a little bit on our first time around. But he says he can't really provide a literal translation because some of the words don't really translate directly. But the sense of what they say to her are, the Vorlons can kiss my ass. There you go.
I like it.
He got some heat on Julie Masante and what people called improbable dialogue.
Okay.
We know she hit some pretty extreme stuff, and I guess people were just like, yeah, that's so unrealistic. No one would ever talk that way.
Okay.
Well, many of her lines he lifted directly, word for word, from political statements from Goebbels, Hitler, Joseph McCarthy, Stalin, others, beat for beat. He says this is the kind of big lie dialogue that people continue to fall for today. To put this in a time, he says, go to a Pat Buchanan rally sometime and then tell me that what she's saying is unlikely dialogue. I think that captures a lot of what our discussion would be during the episode right there.
Yeah.
He does say that there is an actual...
I'm sorry. This is, first and foremost, this is a podcast, and that was a really bad podcasting thing. The folks on YouTube would have been able to see my face as Jeff was reading that, and it was one of I don't know how you would describe it, Jeff, but I can tell you my emotion in that moment was, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
and I can't. It kind of pisses me off because, God, it hits home, and it's so true.
I love when writers do this thing, right? When they're like, hey, I'm going to dust off a thing that is a very difficult pill to swallow for people, but I'm not going to dress it up. I'm going to steal it from real life.
Yeah.
And so then when people are like, oh, that's not right there.
Look, here's the thing. And a little bit of it, Jeff, and we're podcasters, we're YouTube folks. We talk about stuff. So to not do so would be not doing quote unquote our job.
Yeah.
There are some things that don't require a comment because they're so strong. They can just sit for themselves. And if you can see it, you see it. If you don't, I don't know that I have hope for you.
Right. Us talking about it's not going to change that for you.
It's right. Like it's, I love you. I really do.
You talked about how we talked about Zach a lot in this episode. Well, so does JMS.
Oh, okay.
He says Jeff Conaway originally auditioned for the role of guard number 2. Did it just because he's a fan of sci-fi and he was a fan of Babylon 5. He wanted to be a part of what was going on. But his audition was great. And in the being backstage and being with the crew, he described him as a moderate and welcome voice at the Babylon 5 lunch table. The lunch table we talked about a little while.
Moderate voice.
We talked about Garibaldi.
Just how political.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Doyle there.
Well, not just Jerry Doyle. I mean, we know other cast members
yeah.
that were,
certainly
on one side, and then others that were on the other side. Like,
yeah,
and it was pretty far split. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a very moderate and welcome voice, but he said ultimately it's because he was so likable that he ended up in the Night Watch role and actually inhabited a role of his own, which I think is super cool.
Because it's Kanicki, yeah.
My fandom for Jeff Conaway is no secret, and what I like about this too is you and I've talked about this.
I'm sorry. Are you speaking as JMS or are you speaking as Jeff Akin?
I'm Jeff Akin.
Okay, great.
But you and I have talked about this in casting, like when you cast cast a play or you do something else. It's not necessarily just, hey, that's the person who did the best line read or the person who looks looks the part or whatever. Sometimes it's, hey, this person's really easy to work with. They're a value add to the to the cast and in the backstage. We need them to be a part of this production. I always talk to my kid, and like our kids are involved in theater and things, and you go audition. That's real life punching you in the face when you go to audition.
A lot of times, yeah.
And it's hard because sometimes it's nothing you could help. Oh, we wanted someone with this color hair, someone that's this tall, or whatever. But being able to coach them on, go do your best. And then when you get a 1 or 2 line part or whatever, you do the ever living heck out of that part and volunteer to help, be there to do things. You will always have a job if you're that person in places. And that worked for Jeff. And I think that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a guy that he was a leader, mentor guy of mine, called it the, not the benefit, basically the art of being around.
Okay.
the good trait, the positive trait of just sometimes you just need somebody who's just around.
Yeah.
And they're a pleasure to have around.
Yeah.
when
For
they're
real.
there. Yeah. It's true.
So this is my favorite thing I think I've ever, my favorite story, maybe
Okay.
my favorite story of
All right.
JMS's. It says when they shoot nude scenes, they put stickers or little things over the private bits. But with Sherry, they kept coming off when they would try to film the scene. So ultimately, it was one of the last scenes they were able to complete. On set, Fridays are barbecue days, and JMS loves him some barbecue. When he saw this,
I would never have taken that guy as a barbecue dude.
really?
No.
Oh my God, I can see him with the bib and everything, like crapping his beard. Yeah.
Okay.
I love barbecue, and I was in North Carolina, God, 20 years ago, a long time ago. And North Carolina's got incredible. It's a style of barbecue, right?
Sure.
From pig roasting on the pit itself, vinegary for the sauce, stuff like that. It's good. And somebody's like, "There's this incredible barbecue place. You got to go." And I'm like, "Cool, let's go." So they're driving me, and at some point we pull off the paved road to a gravel road.
Okay.
It then turns into a dirt road, and the trees are starting to kind of close in around us, and I'm like, "Oh, this is how it ends." Like the second I hear a banjo plucking, like it's just. But it was just this, like, you stop and there's just this house, and they just had all these holes dug, and they had pigs in them, and oh my God, it was delicious. But JMS looks at the schedule that day, and he sees that they're doing the Masante scene once again. And he thought to himself, naked lady or ribs? And ribs won. His theory is that before the age of 40, the naked lady will win every time. After the age of 40, it's going to be the ribs.
I got to be honest with you, Jeff.
Okay.
And I have said this to my wife. She knows this about me. I think she actually I know she does because she said it, unless she's completely lying to me. She appreciates this about me. I too would choose the ribs.
Oh yeah.
But not because I like ribs that much.
It's because it's not her.
I'm trying to stay married. Is really what it is. Just God's honest truth. I ain't trying to put myself in that situation. Look, more power to listen. Everybody has their own stuff, but I am a very big fan of the first one.
Ribs are delicious.
Ribs are great too, but I'm a big fan of the first one. But I got to keep things at home if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Although
Although I'd say you're on set and it's all acting and it's not real. Although George Clooney most recently has said, "Yeah, I'm not kissing people on film anymore. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not going to go do that stuff." So he's echoing what you're saying.
Listen, different people have their own different values and different things. And for Brent, who is over 40, where that is, I ain't trying to screw this. Listen, I'm in a good spot right now. I ain't trying to screw this up is all I'm saying.
You are in a good spot. I agree.
I'm in a good spot. I'm just trying not to screw it up. That's the bottom line, People asked me the other day to go to a strip club with them. I was like, no.
Thank you.
No. I mean, it's even something hey, okay, here, peel back the curtain.
Okay.
It's even something as simple as during fantasy football this past year, there was a group that asked me to come join them, and I ultimately had to decline because I couldn't do some other stuff. But the biggest sticking point was they wanted to do a live draft at Hooters.
Oh, Hooters. Okay. Yeah.
And listen, nobody's naked at Hooters, but they're still just it just is what it is. And my wife was not comfortable with me going, and I was okay. I was okay with it, And again, I just
have a fun story that no one
home.
on the internet will ever hear about when we went on our cruise together, and some things that you also chose to not participate in, but you were a huge asset for those of us who did decide to participate. Anyway,
what's next on your list there?
well, in the chat, Ben makes a really great point. He says, "Why not? There's a Seinfeld reference for everything. Why not both ribs and naked lady at the same time?"
I'm all for it, man. I am not decrying it. I am not judging it. I said I like it, and I'm a big fan. I do like ribs too. Don't get me wrong, though. Ribs are delicious.
I like ribs a lot. But Brent, that's all I got from the mouth of Joe Straczynski. So what do you say we dive into Voices of Authority?
Finally, yes, please.
I know.
Let's get into this episode.
You and me, or before this goes on. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about at the top of this thing. We should be into the episode pretty. On the raw record, we're at 43 minutes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So if you are joining us for the first time, I just want to say welcome. Every episode is somebody's first, and we're absolutely ecstatic you chose this one to join us for your first time run. What's about to happen is Brent and I are going to watch the episode right here, right now. We're going to pull it up. We're going to watch it. We're going to comment on it, do all the cool kind of stuff. If you're watching us on YouTube, what you're going to see is the edited, cut up reaction video, the reaction style video of us doing those things. If you don't want the cut up edited version, the unedited version is available to subscribers at our Patreon page at patreon.com/badnerds.
And if you guys are listening to us on an audio podcasting app, not doing the video thing, totally cool. Don't worry, you are not going to miss out. We are still going to give you the audio portion of our reaction. It will be the cut up edited version of that, as Jeff had mentioned earlier, but mostly because that's where we have so much of our conversation. We don't want you guys to miss that. And honestly, if we were to try to rehash it at the end,
not good.
It just wouldn't work. So we're going to make sure you guys get that, but certainly we'll do that. And then we'll continue on the other side where we talk about those messages. We'll rank it. We'll do all that sort of fun stuff. So Jeff, with that, let's watch an episode.
Let's go where everyone has gone before.
Yeah, not everyone. Babylon 5.
And not enough people, actually.
A great secret. It might be sci-fi's best kept secret.
Wars are won or lost before they are fought, through preparation, attitude, strategy, and the selection of proper allies.
All right, Sun
Growing
Tzu.
war against the shadows. There may be some allies we haven't approached yet. Many times over the last million years, the shadows were fought to a standstill by the first ones. Races immeasurably older than our own. After the last war,
I would imagine you could measure how much older
we
they
believe
are.
the first ones
Like it's actually a fairly linear
passing
metric.
beyond the galactic rim,
Right.
where no human or Minbari has ever ventured. But the Vorlons remained. It's possible that some of the others may still be around.
Well, if this is true, then why haven't we heard from them before now?
They have grown tired of constant warfare, lost interest in the affairs of the younger races. According to legend, some went to sleep.
We heard all
Secret
this in
places
Shadow Zaha Doom. This is
deep
news
beneath
to a
their
lot of
ancient
people at the
cities,
table.
where no one can bother them.
Right.
The rest
And news
walk
for
among the stars.
people who have just joined the show
Errands
recently.
we can never hope to understand.
Hey, you know who it actually sounds like? It sounds like the elves in
It's
Lord of the
time we
Rings.
got their attention.
Right? Yeah.
When I was being trained on Minbar, we were taught that the first ones are beyond anything we've experienced before.
So how do we go about sending them a message?
If you only send a signal, they will not answer. They must be found and contacted personally. The danger is considerable, and the odds of success are very small.
Okay, I need to talk about this
Okay.
because this bothers me. We're going to go find the first ones. I know they just said the first ones are sleeping, but we're also, the first ones left. They went beyond the rim.
Yep.
They all left. And into the fire, dude, Lorian takes the Vorlons and the shadows, and they go beyond the rim. Who's still here?
Some of
Why
them
are
are.
you still here?
They talk about
Go.
it. Yeah, they talk about it earlier. There are some that stuck around. The Vorlons and the Shadows are some of them. They're still walking around. The Walkers of 957. A couple are hanging out, but they're not participating.
Who's on 957?
The Walkers.
The Walkers? That's not the shadow. I thought the shadows were out there. I thought that's what Jakar was all about. Like when he went out there, like, oh, that's bad stuff.
No, it was the Walkers of 957, of Sigma 957, as opposed to the Sitters of Skibidi 167. God, I got a lot of garbage in that one.
Can you go flush your head down the toilet right now, please?
My kid's gonna kill me. Yeah.
I have invited one
I'm gonna
other
clip
person
that.
to our meeting today.
There he is.
And here's the big effect you were talking about.
Yeah, so you can see that light there. That's the line. Okay, so he's not hologrammy. It's just how they made. They just did a transporter.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Captain.
That's what I always thought. Everybody
The
freeze.
man tells
Yeah.
me that you're going to try
Go right in place.
contacting the first
And
ones.
action.
That doesn't
It is
seem
a
as cool.
magnificent idea.
Right.
A daring and splendid idea. In doing so, you will see things no human
We
has ever seen
love this guy.
before.
Like you and I were both, he's not over the top. He's not like he is
Assuming you're
perfect
not
for where he is.
vaporized, dissected, or otherwise killed in an assortment of supremely horrible and painful ways. Exciting! isn't it?
The birth of a meme.
That's such a great, like that's the thing I
Right?
got to clip. We got to have that one.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that the first ones are. I can buy the fact that the Vorlons and the Shadows did not go with the other first ones, but they're here. They're active. They're involved. I don't get that there are other first ones that are still just out there kind of roaming around doing things. No, they were all supposed to leave. That was the whole point, was the first ones were gone.
So the Technomages in Crusade, right? They were leaving. You know what? There's still stuff hanging out over here and on this side of the rim.
Well, we were told that they were leaving in Geometry of Shadows, but then turns out they weren't. They just went into hiding, and they were all just kind of clumping together and hiding.
But a couple stuck around and were doing stuff.
Because if I remember right, they didn't want their technology to get absorbed by the Shadows.
Well, what we were going to learn is that the Technomages are actually a product of the Shadows, and they didn't want
really
to recombine, essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Crusade arc was going to be it was going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I've been assigned here by the Ministry of Peace, the Night Watch Division, under the direct authority of the Babylon 5 Senate Oversight Committee. I'm to be your new political officer.
I don't need a political officer.
Oh, but the Senate disagrees. Things are very touchy back home, Captain. Some of your recent actions
I think she
have
would
not
make a
been as
really
politically
good
astute as they might
Natoth.
have been.
Now, just a minute.
I'm only repeating what I've been told. No
Yeah.
need to kill the messenger. Your decisions might have been correct on some level, but there are ways of doing things so that they reflect more favorably on the Earth government. So it was decided that you needed
He's
a
just
political
so
officer.
deadpan. He's just like, all right, crazy
Someone who
lady.
can whisper in your ear, who could warn you about governmental policies you might bump into. Someone who could keep you from making costly political mistakes that might jeopardize your career back home.
You have to make a really awkward apology.
Take a walk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't be left alone in the office with her.
Straight, Esposante. This is my command. My position as military governor is guaranteed under the charter of the Babylon Project.
Yes, I've read it.
2 reasons not to be left alone with her. 1, you need a witness.
Yep, 100%.
Just now, I know we were not in society back in mid-1990s like we are today, but you don't need to put yourself in that situation. The other thing, frankly, is Zach needs to see his commander
Do his
it's
thing.
a great example for Zach. It's a learning lesson for Zach to see how somebody stands up. You know, but all the more reasons. There's multiple, but those are the 2 that really jump out to me of like why actually Zach should be left there. And he is the security guard on duty, so he's bound by confidentiality and all that sort of stuff. So,
Yeah.
This is a military outpost.
Which answers to a civilian government. Decisions made by military officers must reflect the current governmental policies. The president proposes and the military disposes. Unless there's been a coup, no one told me.
But there actually was,
President
but I think you were
investigates
told.
Sole authority here. Unless I receive orders to the contrary, I refuse to share that authority with an unqualified civilian.
And no one is asking you to. I am simply here to advise.
Yeah, her voice is getting already really, like, I'm done with it.
So I suggest that we do what we can to live with it amicably.
I can't make my appointment on Epsilon 3. You'll have to go in my place. Get the information and get back as soon as you can.
Not a problem. Anything else you need?
A glass of whiskey, a gun, and 2 bullets.
Understood. I'll call you when I get back.
What do you think would have been different if Sheridan went down instead of Ivanova?
Well, it needed to be Ivanova because of the latent telepath thing, right? Like it couldn't have been Sheridan to fulfill the thing. So had it been Sheridan, he wouldn't have been able to get into the machine, and he later would have had to come back and be like, actually, I know the right person to send down here for this job. And we just would have delayed what eventually happened, I think is what would have.
That makes sense.
You know, this actually just kind of shortcut the whole thing. Okay, so Nia over here in the chat says that Drawl isn't a telepath, so you don't have to be a telepath to get into the Great Machine.
I don't think Vern was a telepath either.
I thought they were.
I don't think so.
I thought that was, first of all, aren't like all Minbari like a little bit telepathic or something like that?
Are we all a little telepathic?
I don't know. You know, listen, I got theories.
They're like,
So did Ivanova really have to be a latent telepath?
I don't think
For
so.
this
And
whole
I
thing to
think
work?
I think that
Why do we have that idea, Jeff?
Well, I think that, because
You and I both were under that impression. Why do we have that idea?
they make a big deal out of her going off the path. I think Nia makes this point also. Like she does more than was expected because of her latent telepathy.
Okay, let's watch for that then.
Yeah.
Earth would never ally itself with the government that's bent on war.
Yes, but we have signed a treaty with the Centauri.
Exactly. Which proves my point.
Yeah, we would never ever do this one thing. Well, you did it with them. Yeah, so that must mean that they didn't because we signed the thing, and we wouldn't do that with people who did. So they're not.
That makes sense.
That is that. I mean, Jeff, that's the logic.
Uh-huh.
And that's the logic we see so often utilized right now.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too far into it, but holy crap, Jeff.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, in many ways we have the same problem Earth does.
Earth doesn't have homeless.
Excuse me?
We don't have the problem. Yes, there are some displaced people here and there, but they've chosen to be in that position. They're either lazy or they're criminal or they're mentally unstable.
They can't get a job.
EarthGov has promised a job to anyone that wants one. So
They're in a
if
system
someone
that
doesn't
is
have a
stacked
job,
against them.
They must not want one.
Game was rigged from the start.
Poverty?
It's the same.
Crime.
Yes, there is some, but it's all caused by the mentally unstable. And we've just instituted correctional centers to filter them out at an early age.
Correctional centers.
An early age.
No, we're just one happy planet. Well, all right, there's the Marsies, but that won't change until they stop fighting the Earth rule.
When exactly did all this happen?
There was a comment online about Asante and being blonde and just, having the appearance that she has. And JMS's comment was basically, well, yeah, that's how they do it. You get a face like that. If you look through history, it's very often a attractive blonde
Dude, you don't have to
woman.
look through history. I'm sorry, you don't have to look through history.
Turn it on right now.
It's literally, I mean, I could name two names right now.
If you're watching
two
this
that
on,
immediately come to my brain.
if you're watching this on YouTube, they were on one of the thumbnails on that home screen page that we were on.
Some people just enjoy finding fault with our leaders. They're anarchists. They're troublemakers.
That's
Or
they're actually
just
citizens.
unpatriotic.
Kind of
None
what a
of which
democracy is
describes
made up
you.
of. You should always be
Do
criticizing
you want
them.
people thinking otherwise? These are the areas that I want to help you with. I want to feel like I'm needed, that I'm doing my part to help bring the EarthGov back into the hands of the decent, hardworking people that created
I'm
it.
doing my part.
I am here to protect you. I admire your honesty and your record and your attitude. And I don't want to see anyone use those things against you.
Nice veiled threat.
Quite frankly, I think I could come to like you.
I have one tool that I know how to
here
use,
we
and I
are.
just
If
dropped it
you'll just
down.
plug yourself into the Matrix, we'll take it from there.
The Matrix. We went off on this idea of that we literally just called out the Matrix.
Oh, yes, of course. My mistake. I spend so much time out of my body, I sometimes forget where it is. If you'll excuse me, it will only take a moment for me to disentangle myself. I must
I remember the
dust
first time we
myself.
watched this, I was not thrilled about the idea that they just so easily go in and out
Here
of
you
that thing.
go.
Yeah.
Your jacket. It really is quite safe. I have set the machine so it can handle humans. I've made sure that it can deal with my absence.
I'm going to ask the question I always ask. How does he go to the bathroom?
So, what do I do?
He's there long enough to have dust on him.
Program will take you from there.
Do not stray from the path. Andrew answers the question. That's what Zathras is for. Okay. I remember we paid a lot of attention to this the first time.
I see it.
It is the power that binds us one to another across
It's got the
darkness of space.
it's got the coloring of a Vorlon ship.
Focus on
Kinda.
the first one.
It's
The
that
most
same
ancient
colored
of ancients.
Gradient
thing,
sort
right?
of thing.
Yeah.
Path take you to them.
Now we're in the Stargate.
Watch out for the whoosh.
I know this place.
So knock you out of your shoes.
I've seen it in the star charts. Sigma 9, 5, 7. They were here.
Yeah. I did not. Would not have connected this back to
Sam.
Catherine Sakai.
Joel, I'm not alone. Excuse me.
Okay, so maybe this
It
is
knows
the
I'm
part
here.
that the telepath thing is happening.
Yeah.
It's pulling me in. I can't stop it.
It is the enemy. Pull away. Go back to the path.
By enemy,
I
does he
can't.
mean shadows?
I think so.
It knows I'm here. It knows my name.
I didn't let go of this well into the 4th season. Multiple times they bring this up. It knows my name. When we get into season 4 and Lita and everyone's on the White Star, it saw us. It knows our name. And it never, ever turned into anything. So I'm still upset. It's a big deal thing.
Break off! I can't pull you out without killing you. Turn away. Don't look at it.
Don't go into the light.
Run away!
That's
Run away!
Come back now.
Yeah, Ben says the name thing is
So it's
elaborated on
420
in the
before it exploded.
Technomage novels. I have not yet read those.
I can warn them.
Yeah, and this specifically
I
is
can
the
save
thing
the president.
that her telepathy
It's too late.
enables.
You're seeing the shadow of things long gone.
That's a pretty detailed in-color shadow there.
Dead for so long. The power is now yours, Clark, Mr. President.
We freaked out over that being Morden.
Yeah. Yeah, because like we knew he was plugged in with the senator and stuff, but like to be at that level of everything.
Yeah.
I do not understand. A normal human mind should not have been able to do that.
Drawl, I'm Ivanova.
I saw it all. The image I saw, the message. Can you record it?
Yes, but how?
Do it, please. It's the proof we've needed that President Santiago was assassinated, that Clark was behind everything. We've got it.
Unfortunately, proof doesn't always equal
Evidence,
guilt, I guess.
Or, yeah, there's some chatter in the council chambers chat on the name, knowing the name and its quintessential JMS line, and they go into more detail in the Technomage novels, which is great, and I'm interested in that stuff. But again, I'm positive that we talked about this on our first time conversation. But that concept of knowing a person's name, right, reverberates through so much through religion, through scripture, through the Tolkien novels. The Harry Potter, right? You know, you cannot speak the name, and there's so many things with the name. And I just remember being so excited at this point of like, oh my God, they're going to go to this level of like individual connection and infiltration, and nothing. And just like Suzanne says there too, also the end of any time Ivanova's telepathic things matter at all. Not a drop thread though. They followed up on it.
I appreciate the help, Captain. I can't imagine what happened to scramble my lock code.
Well, security should have it open in a little while. Can I fix you a drink?
Oh, God, yes, please. Oh, I like your quarters. It's a bit larger than standard, isn't it?
So here's what I want to know: is did they get a Playboy centerfold?
Can you believe it?
Well,
who
we
clearly
must
has
all
no
do
problems
our
taking her
part.
clothes off in front of
I
the
don't
camera
mind doing my part. I just object to doing their
to
part
come
as
play
well.
this role because of what's about to happen?
It's
Or did they write this in because of that?
As I said,
Or like,
we must all do our part. Perhaps now you find the presence of a political officer a bit more appealing.
It's literally the only
I
thing she knows to
don't
do.
think.
Good.
Hey, things aren't going my way.
Don't.
dude,
Better.
he was full on making out with her, and he eye rolled.
No, there's not.
It's great from Bruce Boxleitner, dude.
So,
If you could just wait 2 seconds, I just need to go take a pill real quick, and I'll be right back.
Hopefully, he doesn't need that at this point.
My usual timing, sir.
I'm still so young.
it's not what it seems.
Good luck, Captain. I think you're about to go where everyone has gone before.
It's so good. So did they say, all right, now this is, I'm just genuinely interested in this. So they used like the little sticky things and they kept falling off of her.
Yeah.
Did they just eventually go without and just run the show without like, and just let it all go?
Yeah,
and
they didn't say.
do what they had to do.
They didn't say. I'm curious.
You know, is I assume here she's only nude on top, like in real life, like in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's only nude on top.
There's no reason.
There's no reason to be not on the bottom, right? So
And I think, I don't know. I have thoughts. Why did she have to be naked? Why couldn't it just be like, I'm in my undies, like, look at this and all that? But
come on, Jeff. There is a different level of forward between standing there in your undies and standing there butt ass naked.
yeah, one of those is wildly inappropriate.
Right, but everything about her is wild. This whole government is wildly inappropriate. Like,
You know what? Like, I want to dive into that a little bit. Going to your underwear would be totally
sorry,
sufficient.
folks. I did not mean for this to turn into one of these. Go ahead, Jeff.
But yeah, going down to your underwear would be totally sufficient for what she is trying to accomplish. The one tool I have is this body, and I'm making it very clear that it is now available to you. But this government, just like Julie Masante, can't do what's adequate. They have to go too far. And so she's like, well, I'm just going to take it all off and do this. So I think she's very indicative of the Clark regime.
Well, there's also a thing, and we talked about this a bit in the first go around, but I think it bears repeating here. She can get him to sleep with her. Okay. And that's her goal. He's on her side. He sleeps with her. He has now lost any credibility to be against them whatsoever. He sleeps with her. He can't just kick her off.
No, not anymore.
He's like everything about what she's trying to do, honestly, and forcing him to their side, whether he agrees with it or not, hinges on him sleeping with her, right?
Yeah, she couldn't convince him, so yeah, sleep with me.
So why stop at the underwear? If this is where we're going, just go.
Yeah.
Get it done.
And Ben makes a fantastic point. She was actually never wearing any undies in the first place. So rolling commando.
Who are we talking about? Julie Masante, or are we talking about Cherry, whatever her name is?
Sure. To quote an earlier thing, why not both?
Chicky for the win, both in real life and in fiction.
Yeah.
Well,
Go
it must
for
be
it.
colder in here than I thought. I'll fix it.
Is he talking about her or himself?
Himself. I think. I don't think it's. I think he's got too much class to just insult her like that. She's clearly.
Are you
supposed
kidding
to,
me?
Tell me where to find
No.
Commander Ivanova. We had a meeting.
That is exactly what Sheridan would
I just
do.
got called off station on business. Very last minute. I gotta go.
Tell them to set course for Sigma 957.
The tower. Mesa Sigma Tet Vocem.
I wonder if there's like
I want to know how much of the Minbari language JMS is created.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like they have the whole Klingon thing.
Before
Is there a
coming here,
Minbari
I
thing?
was authorized to begin
Right.
implementing certain changes. You are empowered to examine station publications to ensure that they're ideologically correct. We've revised the rules of evidence to make them more flexible.
Isn't all this a little extreme?
Yes, it is. I shouldn't be telling you this yet, but in the coming months, certain individuals will be purged from their government
Such good
positions on
manipulative
charges of
tactic.
sedition,
I'm going to tell you a thing I
immoral
shouldn't
conduct,
tell you. I'm letting you
even
in.
spying for alien governments. With our basic freedoms at stake, no response can be too extreme. There may be some minor and temporary abridgments in the traditionally protected areas of speech and association, but only until this crisis is over.
Always temporary. We're so good at rolling those things back when it's time.
So things we didn't discuss in the first run. The idea of suspension of due process. Something we're facing right now, at least in our country.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Other countries as well, maybe varying degrees.
I'm unfamiliar with it in other countries, but I mean, this is a fundamental core thing for us here.
Yep.
It was written into our initial constitution. Well, I guess the initial amendments of the Constitution. Suspending freedoms like that because everything else is at stake. Like this is the playbook.
Yep.
Everything. And the only savior is me. And we have to eliminate all these little things that are protections in order for us to do our job.
Things that make it hard for us.
Yeah.
Or impossible.
And you can't disagree. You have to be loyal and test those sorts of things. You know, the first time we watched this, Jeff, it was more than 12 months ago.
Oh, it was quite a while ago. Yeah.
Things are different today than when we first watched this. And we were flabbergasted when we first watched this. We're seeing real life right now. And I'm not exaggerating.
Nope.
I'm not making political statement here. I am making an observation of fact. This is why everybody should watch sci-fi.
Absolutely.
Should be mandatory viewing all the way around.
I work in a place where things like due process plays a real role. And I'm just going to present this. I'm going to be super crystal clear. It's never okay to suspend due process. Ever. It's not. But I want to present the other side just for thought, right? So I used to manage a program that ran background checks, and specifically on providers of care, like nursing facilities and things. And so a thing that happens is I'm working at a nursing facility and I abuse a resident there, and it was intentional, whatever. And they find out, they launch an abuse investigation, I get fired. An abuse investigation is still going on. I might get substantiated for perpetrating that abuse, but because that has an impact on my future employment and other things, I have the right through due process to appeal that finding. But in the meantime, that takes time. So in the meantime, I go work for another nursing facility. I just don't tell them I worked at this other one, so they never call for a reference or anything like that. My substantiation hasn't exhausted its due process, so I'll still pass a background check. I can now continue to perpetrate harm. I've got a solid, 6 to 12 weeks to go and hit time and time again and do stuff. And the government, the government can do nothing to stop that because of due process. Brent, doesn't it make sense? Here's where I'm being ridiculous and presenting the other side. Brent, doesn't it make sense to suspend some of that due process because vulnerable people are actively being hurt? And if we were to suspend this, we could stop that harm from happening. I had to sit in these spaces where attorneys were just like, yeah, that sucks that that's happening. It is straight up illegal to do anything about that. It is against the core fabric of this country and how it was built. And here we are.
Jeff, it is unconscionable to me that this is real life. At the same time, I feel powerless. I feel weak. I feel unable to do anything about it. I don't use social media to make announcements or make political statements or anything like that. The only tool I have is this microphone.
Yep.
The only tool you have is to make a microphone. So Jeff, I'm not speaking for you, but I will say suspending due process, going after folks and all of this stuff, everything she's talking about here, everything is wrong.
100%.
It's immoral, and it's unconscionable, and I dare say it's unconstitutional. And the person solely responsible for it, maybe not solely, the person mostly responsible for it is the president. I'll let you determine which president I'm talking about.
It's fair.
But in this situation, the president at least exclaims he's in control of everything. Everything happens at his direction. Therefore, he is responsible for everything that happens. Yeah. And these sorts of things, the logic that this person is throwing out here, Chicky, is illogical at best.
Yeah.
And again, me speaking for me, it's wrong and it's immoral and it's unconstitutional and unconscionable. And we're all going to have to answer for this, probably sooner rather than later. And did we forget McCarthyism?
Did we forget so many things?
50 years ago, like it's
in the last 100 years, there are so many examples of this globally.
Yeah.
And it all it has done is resulted in harm. And I think, we say tongue in cheekily that, anytime someone says it's for the greater good, it's not, or whatever. There is no tongue in cheek here. Any person who says we need to suspend due process, we're being threatened. This is the path we're taking. That person is the enemy. That person is wrong. That person is why there's pain in this world, why things are how they are. It is let me say this in a different way. I don't care about words like due process. That's all legal, whatever. I'm going to suspend acknowledging your humanity. We have to suspend acknowledging your humanity because our ideas are being threatened.
Well, not just your ideas, but honestly, your pocketbook.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
My
Call
comfort.
it what it is. That's really what it is. Yeah, that's really what it is. It's I don't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, right.
It's baby stuff like that. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Jeff. Absolutely right. Way to call it out for exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Head on.
And thank you for acknowledging we do feel weak, powerless, whatever. All we can do at this point is call it what it is.
Yeah.
And that feels bliss.
And if you have thoughts and you want it, and if you have thoughts and you want to email us, do it.
Please.
badnerds@gmail.com. That is the real email address. I usually give fake ones out here. That's the real email address. Email us. Yeah. Do it.
And honestly, and we've put this out there before, not so that we can argue and do whatever. If you think we're wrong, I'm genuinely curious about why you think that. Help me. I want to understand how you could think this is an okay way to behave.
We had a member of our community that
he wrote a book.
Literally wrote a book and sent it to us.
Yeah.
And it was
great.
I don't agree with a lot of what was in there, and I view the factual circumstances of history as something different, but it was reasoned, it was thought out, and it was presented in a well done way, and I very much appreciated it.
Absolutely.
And I wish that I had more time to engage with it because he spent so much time with it, and it's so much appreciated. But it was great.
Yeah,
it was great to be able to kind of go through that, and it let me see some things from a different perspective.
Exactly, there are things that I consider differently.
Yeah, exactly, and it reconfirmed a lot of presumptions that I had, which I think explains a lot. So yeah, and that's not a negative. It's just how do you get to this point? This is actually how I think we get to this point.
This is how it happened.
It kind of it confirmed that.
Absolutely.
So anyway, back to the episode that this brought this up. Again, that was not stuff that we dealt with the first time around. So
yeah, glad you brought it
off
up.
That.
Have been betrayed on nearly every level, and it is going to take the efforts of every loyal citizen to keep Earth safe and ideologically pure.
Real quick project. And this might get, some people upset. We need to take this scene and take out all the backdrop and then put the White House press room background behind her.
That's not hard. We can make that happen.
I think that would be a good thing to do.
She kind of looks like another certain blonde female.
Anything yet?
Talks out of the side of her mouth.
Saying a lot of the same things.
I don't have to keep busy every moment of every day.
God,
I don't
preach.
remember authorizing a change in discussion to include my personal life.
I have to be authorized to talk to you like a person. Just what is it you're running from?
Don't you have anything to do?
Nope. I'm all yours.
What's that?
And that's really all he wants is to be all
I think
hers.
we just found them.
Ron points out an infection all the way back to that episode. You had to be puricarin.
Yeah.
And look what happened to them.
Do you see the shadows there? Like when we said, so yeah, because I just wanted to call that out. You can see the stuff.
It has that vibe, you know, the tendrils and the fingers and all that sort of stuff.
What's happening?
Energy drain, which started as it came towards us.
Move us away.
Phase and shock.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing and going back, but Suzanne over in our council chambers chat has a great point. You know, we often bag on Dr. Franklin a lot, but we will praise Richard Biggs for his performance. We can bag on Chicky all we want, and we can even talk about the weird inflections and cadence, but can we talk about how much she nailed being a fucking evil witch?
Right. Yeah.
Pardon my language and sorry for the bleep, but can we talk about how much she nailed it in that scene? If that's the scene they had her read, that's why they cast her in this role.
Absolutely.
It had nothing to do with her boobs, you know.
My name is Susan Ivanova, Commander, Earth Force. The enemy that you fought before has returned. In order to fight the Shadows, we formed an alliance with others. The Great Machine on Epsilon 3, the Minbari, the Vorlons.
I think you just
I should have bleeped that
Vorlons must
probably.
owe them money or something.
Will you join us in a fight against the Shadows? Is that a yes or a no?
They're not moving away. I'd say they were thinking it over.
It's our party tiki disco first ones.
Santiago dead for so long. I wasn't sure we could really pull it off. The power's now yours, Clark.
Do they recognize that voice, you think?
Sheridan does. He was so, like...
God, that's it, isn't it?
He hears that voice in his
Proof
sleep.
we've been looking for all this time, and it practically walks in the front door.
Zog? What do you mean, Zog? Zog what? Zog yes? Zog no?
Zog, ziggy, zog, zig, zog, zog, zog.
My guess is Zog means no.
I am not letting them leave here without saying yes.
Really? And how do you propose stopping them?
Do you take
Perhaps
no
a
for
big
an answer,
red and white
Jeff?
sign with the word "stop" on it.
Well, I need to.
I absolutely do.
Pretend to be the
Like,
ancient
oh no,
Vorlon
okay,
god.
fine. I'm not.
I'm out.
My job's not to
Fine, I'll
convince
get a
you.
bucket.
No, I meant the Vorlons. Open a comm channel now.
I said I'd ask. I asked.
The Vorlons said that you wouldn't be up for a fight like this. In fact, they said in the last war, they carried you. Did most of the work, while you took most of the credit for it. They said that if you got involved with this one, you'd just get hurt.
It's nice to see pettiness never evolves out of you.
Come to think of it, we've got the Vorlons. We don't need much more help, do we? I mean, the Vorlons are really pretty close to perfect, aren't they? And strong. Yeah, whatever. Listen, I'll be sure and give them your message as soon as I get back. In the meantime, you have a nice flight. We'll be sure and send you a message as soon as the fighting is over.
Did you see that smile she had there?
Yeah.
It's bigger than we are.
That was rough editing, though. The one shot to the other, like, her face was completely different from one shot to the next.
Call our name. We will be here.
Is that Joe Hendry?
And we never do.
They do.
Do they come back?
Yeah. They're in the...
During the war?
Battle of Coriolis 6, yeah.
Were they? Did we see that?
Yeah. They just
Well,
show
we'll
up.
see it again here. We'll see it here in about 6 months. The Joe Henry thing. I heard you say that.
I dig that gimmick so much.
Dude, that is such a great gimmick.
Yeah.
It really is. It's so dumb, but it works.
President Santiago was not an accident, but an assassination planned from within. And further, that then Vice President Clark was involved in this.
And this is the reason ISN gets
The
taken
evidence
over.
is currently undergoing tests designed to determine its authenticity.
Hey, take away their broadcasting
Meanwhile, several
license.
Senate committees in Earthdome will hold closed hearings to discuss the issue, and are strongly urging the appointment of a special prosecutor to evaluate the evidence.
Off.
If only that actually meant
you heard
something.
the news. Yeah. I expect it to be tense out there today. Just keep everybody calm.
It's amazing. I can't believe it. It's got to be a mistake, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Is there something wrong, Chief?
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Okay, this is a great conversation with Zach and Garibaldi, and I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to say this before we get past this. Jeff, what are the greatest two characters on this show?
That's a loaded question. Londo and Jakar.
No, it's Londo and Jakar,
Yeah.
hands down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go across the board. Why is it Londo and Jakar?
Because of each other. They make each other amazing.
And what is it about that makes each other amazing?
Conflict.
Aside from the strength
Of the
aside from the
actors.
strength of Peter Jurassic and
Yeah.
Peter Jurassic and
But the
and
characters
Andreas
themselves?
Katsulas. But it's the conflict.
Yeah, the conflict, and their arcs are perfectly intertwined.
Okay. Which Talia was the best Talia ever?
Evil Talia.
Okay. This lady would have been a great addition to that. Why do we not add into our main cast, put people on the same space in confined spaces that are naturally putting in conflict? You see what happens when it's put Londo and Jakar in an elevator and watch, man. It's magic. It's magic. Why do shows not allow this kind of conflict within their main cast so often?
You're right.
You know what I mean? It's beautiful stuff, man.
Well, it's the hero thing. It's the DVD cover. I can't put the villain on the DVD cover. That doesn't sell unless it's Darth Vader.
I was gonna say, you literally could be the entire Darth Vader, the entire helmet of Darth Vader is the DVD cover, and you're good. You can shape the DVD cover into the helmet of Darth Vader, and you will sell.
Yeah.
You put it on a little thing and make his head fall back and little candy pop out of his neck, and it will sell.
Right.
Because it's Darth freaking Vader.
But like outside of Star Wars, because they a lot of the stuff in Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, he's very marketable. But outside of Star Wars, where's the villain on the cover? Because there's the Hollywood mentality is, well, they want heroes. Yeah, no, actually, we want really good stories. And Wells or Masante, I think Masante, honestly.
Naroon. I mean, think about Naroon. And Naroon died when he went good.
Yeah.
And that was fine.
And him good was a little
It's
ridiculous.
a good way for him to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we made fun of him there at the end because all of a sudden he went from somebody who was very believable to sorry, JMS, the worst. That was not good writing there at the end.
Right. No.
Or maybe it was good writing and bad acting. I don't know which one. Bad directing. Something
Something didn't work there.
It didn't work there. Sorry. I hope you actually agree with me and that I haven't done that.
But yeah, I think that she'd been a fantastic addition. And in fact, what I envisioned, like there's that iconic moment in Severed Dreams of hologram Sheridan doing it. Right at the end of that, you have that iconic scene, and afterwards she walks in and he's like, "Get out!" And that's the end of Julie Masante on base. But it puts an exclamation point.
Crusade. He had what was his name?
Ed Wells,
the scientist guy. No, the scientist guy. The oh shoot, what was his name? He was one of the main cast members. He worked for IPX.
Yeah, Max something. Yeah,
that guy. Great. Oh my God, what did he bring to that cast? So much.
Yeah, eventually, like once he got a chance.
Once we got into it, yeah. My gosh. So,
Zach?
Eilerson. That's Eilerson.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Nothing.
Chicky?
Come on, I know you had a private meeting with her. I know she's been asking questions.
Look, I didn't tell her anything. Okay, little stuff, stupid stuff. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Play dumb? I work for these people.
Yeah, well, you were working for me a hell of a long time before you joined Night Watch. And look, after what happened to me before, it took a long time before I could trust anyone again. I thought I could trust you. Don't make me have any second thoughts, huh?
You don't trust me, Chief.
What are you talking about?
What's a Code 7R, huh? I looked it up in the books. It ain't there.
It's a booty call.
I have to wonder, what's going on? Night Watch says the only people who have to worry are the ones with something to hide.
Yeah, first time around, I had issues with this, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking.
And you actually had really great words for it. I was about to repeat it for you.
Oh,
go
please
ahead,
do.
Jeff.
No, do, because I have a different take on it now. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Your original thought here was that it doesn't have to be binary. The ability for Garibaldi to look at him and be like, "Hey, you're right. Good on you. You've picked up on something. There is something there." Unfortunately, I cannot tell you what it is right now. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just for other reasons that I cannot go into. This is not something I can say. This has nothing to do with trust. And then you said something to the effect of, but you can trust me that if what this is ever affects you, I will let you know and I will take care of you on this. And I need you to trust me with that one. Like, it is not if you trust me, you'll do this.
Right,
if you trust me, you'll do this. It is not necessarily binary like that. That's what you said back then. What are you saying now?
This is the indoctrination of Zach into Night Watch. He's rubbing up against, he just got told, hey, there's some ideology out there that's damaging and we're being betrayed and there's this stuff going on.
Yeah.
And now he's confronting Garibaldi and he's seeing a wall. This isn't Zach talking. This is Wells. This is Masante. This is him being maybe
well,
they're
and
right.
it's kind of confirming what they said.
Exactly.
In his brain, right? Like, oh, here's what that is. Could be.
You got something to hide, Chief?
Look, you got a charge to make. Make it. Otherwise, I don't have time for this.
No, I don't have a charge to make, damn it. I'm just trying to get through this thing, and it ain't easy. I'm walking a tightrope here, and I thought you'd understand. But boy, was I a jerk.
Passenger liner Okeefe, now boarding through gate 17.
Well, that's my ship.
We made a little
So
bit of a
I'll
big
see
deal out of
you
the name of the
when we
ship
finish
here.
cleaning up this
The
mess.
Loki.
Damage control is a great waste of time, effort,
We also said we should pay
and
attention to the names of the ships versus who's on the ship.
Sooner or later, we'll find whoever
Yeah, there's
is responsible.
definitely some
Outrage.
alignment.
And they'll be punished severely.
That would be a great like podcast topic.
Permanently.
Yeah, tie them together.
Just yeah. Well, taking a look at the very ship names and who was on each ship. And why does she not come back? She should absolutely come back. Oh, you loved this scene, Jeff.
Just a second.
That was Jakar coming in. Read this.
You know, good on Jerry Doyle. He's pretty ripped, dude.
Okay. Lights. Low.
I told you I could help. The Book of Jaquan. Read it. We'll talk afterward.
I don't read Narn.
Learn.
So great. I love that.
He hates me.
I like that he gets a coffee stain on this
They all
thing.
hate me.
And Jakar freaks
Like-
out.
That's why they're doing this.
Jeff, I don't know if you use a robe or a shirt that you take off before you go to bed or something like that. I do. I disrobe somewhat. And I don't put the thing I just disrobed on the foot of my bed.
No.
Like, that's ridiculous.
All right, Brent, Voices of Authority. We just finished it up. Any thoughts come to mind for you? You want to dive into?
Man, this show makes me do stuff that I don't want to do.
Oh, really?
This show forces me to confront things that honestly I'd rather not confront.
Oh, that's sci-fi. Puts it right.
I
in
love
your
it and I
face.
hate it all at the same time.
Yeah.
There are things I walked into this intending to be like, look, I'm not talking about this kind of stuff. I'm not talking about this stuff.
It's everything.
We've already talked about it all. Oh, no, wait, we didn't talk about it all. Here's this new thing with new information that's changed over the last few years since we watched this the first time. Like, honestly, that's amazing writing on the part of JMS that this can be active and alive. 2, that absolutely sucks that this is actually describing where we are, that we haven't gone forward and gotten better, that we've actually regressed.
Well, honestly, it's where we were, it's where we are, right? Like he copied lines from what is now 70 some odd years ago, said them 25 years ago, and they are spot on right now.
Describing what we're going through today in many ways. And that's not an here's the thing. It's not an exaggeration. It's not hyperbole. It is exactly what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
I found one message I would like to talk about.
Okay.
And this is not a good message, not a hopeful message, but it is about hope. Well, sort of. I found this line very interesting from Sheridan at the very end. He and Ivanova are talking about, they got the thing out there and the truth is out there, right? And here's what he says. Sheridan says, I hope I copied it down the right way. He says, the truth is out. All we can do now is hope that it does some good. And I would love to believe, and this is probably the fanciful Star Trek person in me.
Mm-hmm. The dreamer.
I would love to believe that the idea that because the truth is out there, the truth will out.
Right.
And people it will come to light and the right things will happen because the truth is coming out.
And
sometimes when the truth comes out, nothing good actually happens.
Right.
Actually, and I don't want to say nothing good. Sometimes when the truth comes out, the truth is out.
And that's
that nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
You can have hearings. You can have congressional parliamentary things.
Lots of theater.
You
happening.
can take things to court, but nothing actually happens.
Right.
And that's also true. That doesn't mean that the truth shouldn't come out and it shouldn't continue to come out. That doesn't mean it should not. It should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It should. But that's why the whole truth should come out. Not just the partial truth, not the redacted truth, not the truth that the people who are actually holding the redacting pen want you to see.
Yeah.
That's why the whole truth should come out. Might do something, it might not. But I tell you what, not having the truth come out will never make positive change happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no hope that it will do some good if it doesn't come out.
How about you, Jeff? What'd you get on this one?
I got a more hopeful message actually on this one.
Did you?
It's Jakar. Jakar almost played for laughs in this episode a little bit, his desperation to know what's going on. But he sees the bigger picture and knows that he can contribute. He has two sides. He has the side of my people need help and you all are doing something and I have to do everything in my power to help my people. But when Garibaldi kind of lays it out to him as he's able to, he's like, well, I can add value. I can do something. I just have to figure out how. And he does. And I think the message in this is that every single person, like we're all valuable, you are valued and you matter, right? But you have to sometimes be persistent. You have to sometimes find that way that you're doing it. Jakar does it. And like that moment of him handing him the book and telling him to learn how to read Narn, that has impacts that reverberate. Not massive impacts, but impacts nonetheless that change things because he took the time to do it. You should do the same. That's messages. Mm-hmm. Now, Brent, never mind. I did this last time.
You did.
I'm doing great. I'm totally fine. I'm good.
You know what we're doing though, Jeff?
What are we doing?
We are creating the 100% completely accurate and definitive ranking of Babylon 5 Season 3. Jeff, I have to ask before we rank it. Mm-hmm. Do we like this episode?
I like it.
Jeff, I love this freaking episode.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off.
Yeah, that's part of why I like it so much.
I'm sitting here right now having watched this, and I'm pissed off in all the right ways.
Yeah.
All the good ways. What an incredible episode of television to just nail something between the eyes, man.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant writing, acting. Even Masante, when she needed to be, she was perfect.
And here's hoping that the next time we watch this episode, this is a thing of the past. And this is not something we're on the better side of this the next time we see this episode. And that we're not more down into the chapters and weeds of 1984.
We're not watching this episode and wishing that's where we were. Oh man, it'd be great if we were still just doing that.
So, Jeff, you do get to rank this. And the question is, where do you rank this? Where are you going to put this? That 100% completely accurate and definitive ranking of Babylon 5 Season 3 for the second time anyway. Our current ranking right now, top 4. Number 4 is Convictions. Number 3 is Matters of Honor. 2 is A Day in the Strife. Number 1 is Passing Through Gethsemane. Jeff, where does this one go?
You know, when we came into this record, and I actually did know I was going to be ranking it, even though I don't know how to read the run sheet. I was like, this was probably not going to go so high. Like, I remember it's okay, right? Like, it hits some stuff, but it doesn't necessarily matter that much in the scope of whatever and stuff. But the timing of this one, for one, and also I think understanding more the impacts that it does set up. Like, this is a huge foundation. Like JMS said, this really sets up in a meaningful way things that are going to happen down the road in this show.
Yeah.
This was entertaining. The acting was great. This made us feel exactly what it was supposed to make us feel, and in a brilliant way, which is why this is going to be the number 2 episode.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure.
No, stop. Are you sure?
100%.
I would dare say.
You're thinking 1?
You're not going to like me for this.
I'm not.
I believe this episode, potentially, we can discuss this.
Mm-hmm.
This episode has more bearing on the overall story of Babylon 5. Okay. This episode defines more of what's happening here with the story of Babylon 5. More than Garden of Gethsemane. This episode is more impactful, carries more of a message than Passing Through Gethsemane does. Now, I know you and I have a very soft spot in our heart for Passing Through Gethsemane, and we both kind of said last, this is going to define the season. It's going to define where we were. I would dare say this does it more so than Passing Through Gethsemane. But I'm not ranking this one. You are.
Right. To
which Jeff just went, shut up, Brent.
Yeah, it's like, good for you. It's good. All of the things. But I think this is a question of Passing Through Gethsemane is a powerful philosophical episode, right? Like, it puts into actual play the justice versus vengeance thing, but it leads to philosophical and ideological conversation that's deep and challenging and things that I believe reverberates through to the very final episode of Babylon 5. It's not plot point, it's the point of everything. Voices of Authority is real life. This is a thing we watched in the episode that is actually happening and has happened. It's not, there's no there's ideology to it, but the conversation isn't philosophical. The conversation is, this is happening, and these are the things that are happening because of this thing. And I think that's super valuable. And I think it's one of the things, like you said, that's why science fiction is so great. But I think that there are episodes coming up that do more in the question of, the Clark regime, the shot, all of the things in Voices of Authority does. And I not only have a soft spot for the Gethsemane piece, but I enjoy those philosophical, less, like, more unanswerable questions.
It's your ranking set, bud. You put it where you want.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just building an argument that it possibly could go over Passing Through Gethsemane.
Yeah. No, it's number 2, right? Number 2 means it
Jeff
could have.
just said, I hear everything you said, and I summarily reject it. It's number 2.
No, I don't reject it at all. I hear everything you say, and Passing Through Gethsemane is still number 1.
Fair enough.
So there you go. There you
Fair
go.
enough. Oh, my friend. This is why I love doing this show.
Right?
with
It's
you.
great.
All right. Well, Jeff, that's going to do it for Voices of Authority. Next week, we are watching an episode called Dust to Dust. Now, Jeff, going through this for the very first time, we made predictions based on title alone, having no idea what the episodes were about. Do you remember what this episode is about?
I remember what it's about.
Dust to Dust?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay. We're not talking about that right now. What I want to know is, what did you think it was going to be about?
My prediction, right? Well, of course, I went to the ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I thought, based on the mention of Ivanova and her latent telepathy and stuff in this one, that we would really be exploring more of her childhood, specifically like the death of her dad and how like that kind of gives us a chance to explore her childhood and the impact of being a latent telepath, which we now know never even gets brought up again.
Yeah, I mean, I saw someone in the chat earlier said that this is the final time we ever even talk about her being a latent telepath.
Yep.
Like, it never comes up again,
Not at
ever.
all. Not
And
at
I'm
all.
like, really? I don't remember that, but wow.
And I thought we were going to follow it up right afterwards in the next episode and get some more because it's going to be a big deal. But
You know, there are lots of things that I thought we would follow up in the next episode, and it never happened.
it never happened. What did you? Do you remember what you predicted on this one?
Oh, Jeff, I didn't just make a prediction. I made a guarantee.
Yeah, and
I made a promise. I called my shot.
you did, and it went right where. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
At the beginning of the episode, I said, Jeff, I'm going to be right in this next one. I said, dust is the drug. It's the drug on Babylon 5. We've learned this way back in the Gathering, the pilot episode. I don't think we've heard about dust since then.
yeah. It's been and if we have, it's been way over here in passing.
But here's what I said. I said, this is a story about drugs moving through the station, killing people. I also said it's going to be a one-off episode, and it'll probably be in the bottom half of the season ranking. We won't love it. It's just my guess. Where did Dust to Dust?
I will just say, not the bottom half.
Okay. I'm actually wondering because I feel like I said that about this episode.
You wonder if it's the same prediction.
I'm wondering if maybe I was actually talking about this episode in that particular moment. Transcripts can be weird. But basically I said this is about drugs moving through the station, killing people off.
Well, if you want to find out where exactly it ranked, you can join us right here next week when we talk about Dust to Dust, and we will bring up that ranking. We will also rank it again here in the second time ranking, the objectively correct second time ranking.
More objectively and even more correct.
Even more correct than it was before when it was still objectively correct.
2x correct.
Exactly. Like, it's so correct, it's super correct. It's ultra correct. And you'll see that next week. You don't want to miss that, right? So make sure you're subscribed wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, so you get that thing right away, you get the notification of it. If you, like I said earlier, if you want to see our unedited stuff that we're doing, if you want to be a part of these recordings, right? We have our council chambers here with us every time. They've been handing us some gems that we've been bringing in here and a lot of other great stuff that didn't quite make it into our conversation. But if you want to be a part of those things, you can check out our Patreon. There's a link down in the show notes. It's patreon.com/badnerds. But acknowledging that there's a financial hit there, and that's not everyone's in a position to help that way. That's totally cool. You can also help simply by sharing this show. There's a little share button, whether you're on YouTube or in whatever podcast app. Just go ahead and hit that and send it to somebody that you think could enjoy it and would also benefit from listening to two dudes watch Babylon 5 for the second time. So with that, I'm going to hit, so we're going to see you next week.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, what is up?
Hey, zog, ziggy, zog, ziggy, ziggy, zog, zog.
Hey,
zog, zog?
Before
zog,
you,
zog,
no, you
ziggy,
don't.
Zog, zog, ziggy.
You don't zog anything. Chickie. What is the Chickie story?
Oh man. Listen, Jeff, it's a good story. It's this is the end of the show. We just don't have time right now. So we're gonna have to catch this next week. Okay. Remind me next week. I promise you want to hear this story. Just ask me next. We'll move this to next week. I want everybody out there to hear it because it's just good. It's a good story. So can't do that right here at the very end. But remind me and we'll catch it next week.
Okay. I can't wait to hear it.
But it's gonna have to wait till next week because I don't. I always feel bad when we have to cut these a little bit short.
You're not gonna tell it now?
No,
I thought you were.
No, no. I said no. I'm not gonna do it. No, we gotta.
I guess it is like we're 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, and Dad's gotta go to the bathroom. So.
This was one too. We're not gonna have a lot to talk about in this one.
It could be, Andy. It could be. Ain't gonna lie.
So you're getting some requests. You need to update that video. Suzanne's got the request in there, and we got to add a couple people to that.
It is time. January 1st is coming. The goal is to update them once a month.
Yeah.
So wherever we are at the beginning of the month. We'll make sure that happens. To do that, I would be awesome at the Extraordinary Adventures of Baron Munchausen game. I wish I understood what that referenced. I don't get that.
That's a movie called the Adventures of Baron. I was like 8 the last time I saw that movie.
I remember the dude.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the costume. I remember the face with the mustache. Like I remember the picture. I just don't think I ever saw the movie. Or the show or whatever it was. I never got there.
We rented it. I remember going.
Ron wants to know if Chicky is Garibaldi's secret mission.
Right.
It's very possible. Nia says if only there's okay. We really got to go. It's we're 2 hours and 15 minutes into this thing. It's a school night, so maybe not. It's Friday night
for you.
Still,
but
yeah. All right, hey guys, thank you so much. Stick around. Seriously, maybe Club 65 next week. I'll let you guys know. It's a fun story. So
I know. I'm excited to hear it.
You should do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, reminder for Council Chambers. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for our.
Yeah, and heads up, I'm excited about this. Everything should be normal. There's a chance that I'll be joining you from a tattoo parlor because I'm getting my Babylon 5 tattoo tomorrow.
I cannot wait to see this.
I can't wait to get it done.
I haven't even seen the design. I can't.
We literally shared the design here in Club 65 before.
I remember seeing that design, and it's so awesome. I cannot wait to see. No, like I mean, like this. Like I want to see like
how it gets.
Yeah. That's what.
I'm super excited. So you may be getting the link from Brent if I'm still there, but I'll join from my phone so you can all be a part of the fun.
Jeff's arm's gonna come in
just
puffed up.
Yeah, not doing my elbow for this one.
Please don't.
That hurts so bad here.
Ouch. All right. We'll talk to you guys next time. We'll see you Council Chambers tomorrow night. Bye guys.